And welcome on a reasonably hot day here in South Carolina. Today it's melon time, and we'll show you some stuff about our melons. This is a 165 beacon trail. The plants are now really in high gear. They're growing like an absolute wildfire right now. There's vines all over the place. There's not a whole lot of room left for them to grow into. There's a lot of little babies on the plant right now. Here's one that opened up but didn't take. As you can see, they stay pretty small, and eventually they will shrivel up. Then I'll walk through the backside here of our contrail, which is turning into a very nice sized plant. When these plants are filled up and when I'm going to stop them, they're going to be about 225, 250 square feet big. Should be pretty big and large enough to support a really big melon. And here's one on the back vine that I'll show you. This one actually has grown a little bit bigger. Fortunately, this is one that is too close to the stump, and we would prefer to have a melon. I'll show you. I'll put my hands on it. You can tell this is turning into a little football right now. It's got real nice markings, got a good size, and I'm kind of sad that this one isn't a little bit further out, but this one's gonna come off. Alright, there's the rest of the plant, and there will be females continuing to open up. But then here, at about, let's say it may be somewhere between 10 and 15 feet out, here's this funky shape. This one is perfect position. It's already got a nice angle on the vine. It's got a nice long stem, and it's got somewhat of a funky, blocky shape. I'll show you from the front here. And a tiny bit of scar tissue here, but that's okay. This is an unusual shape. Not really the shape I'm always looking for, but this is going to be the one, primarily because, as you can tell, all the plant here behind it is going to support this one melon. At least I hope. That's the theory. And then this is basically all there is in front of the melon. So all of this, in theory, to support this one fruit, sounds like a winner idea to me. So that's what I'm going to try. We've grown melons in the past. Personal best is 172. But usually we grew them in a corner of the patch, a little bit in a little bit of room left next to the pumpkins. So this year it's time to break 200 pounds. So what I'm going to do is grab these out, and then I'm going to do something that's going to hurt. Because I can tell you, I never like culling fruit, especially if they look good, and it's always a difficult choice, but I've been thinking about this, and I really want to go for a fruit on the main vine. And as you can tell, I'll show you one more time. Here's this fruit, beautiful little melon. And then right about, where is it? Right about here is a stump. So that would be about 1 foot, 2 feet, 3, 4, maybe 5 feet tops, which is not crazy close, but the one way over there is going to have a lot more plant to support it. So it's all about making choices, and that's my choice. So once I'm going to do it, I'm not going to look back, at least not in public. If it's the wrong decision, I'm going to be sorry about it forever. Alright, but it's too late now. Here it is. First color of the season. Beautiful, beautiful little melon. Perfect size. Once again, it's too bad that this little bugger was a little scar here too. this little bugger was not further out. Alright, so that's done. It's always a hard decision. In a little bit, when I'm done making this video, I will take care of the scar tissue on the place where I cut it. There it is, one more time. Put my foot next to it, so as you can tell. It already grew to decent size. Alright, here's a Mitchell. Slowly turning into a monster of a plant too. Reaching the edge on both sides, slowly growing into the pumpkin patch. I'll show you a couple of little ones. None on these plants are as big as the one on control, but here's a really recent one. This is nice, somewhat long. As you can tell, it's about the size of my fingers. It's got a good shape, and it's an option. It's on a side vine, but this particular side vine runs to the main, and I'd say this one's about, well, maybe 15-20 feet out too. And here, and this one's closer in, which obviously is a shame. This is a long one. This one's a little bit bigger and a very fast grower. It's going to be a hard decision to see which one's going to do better, but this one is it's somewhat of an option. It's close to the stem though, a little bit further out than the control I just called, but it's all about choices. Here is another little baby. Here's where I ended the vine. This one's on one of the first side vines, and I'd say this one's about 7 feet out. So this one and this one, these two are basically backup options, insurance melons. This one here could be the set, but here on the main vine, way out, right in the vicinity of the control set on the main vine, is this one here. I'm gonna have to see if this one takes and keeps growing. If this one takes, then that's gonna be the one. All of this plant would be supporting it, which would be pretty nice. So I'm gonna hope it takes. And then here on the side vine, about say 12 to 15 feet out, here's another little set, an option too that we can go with. And somewhere in here there is another one. There it is, hidden amongst the leaves. And now's the time when this plant is producing a lot of females. In mid-season, when you've got your chosen fruit to grow fast, it becomes very tedious to pick off all these little fruit, and sometimes one or two will get away, and you won't see them until they pop up from under the foliage and get big. Here's another one that opened today. It's kind of a long one, but unfortunately very close in. And here is our stump, constantly shaded, constantly kept dry. It's not super big, as you can tell. It's about a little bit thicker than my finger. So no crazy stumps here, and I'm very happy with that, because big stumps usually cause big problems. Alright, so that's the situation with our melons right now. The plants are looking still very good. I'm dreading the first rain though. There's you always see little signs of disease, little issues, and we spray for those, but I'm always afraid that when it rains they explode, and those little issues become big issues. But for right now we're good. So we're gonna keep on growing like we were. And well, obviously we got our set under control. We'll keep you guys posted on how this little bugger does. And I'll put this one next to it so you can see the difference. This is the size difference. And this one was obviously a little bit older. This one, I'm just curious to see what shape it's going to grow in. Very blocky shape, and well, just excited to have it at a good spot at the main vine. Alright, from a hot and muggy patch here in South Carolina, a bye-bye from Miss Tina. And we'll keep you guys posted on the melons too. South Carolina, over and out.